In the name of Allah, the most merciful and the most beneficent, may the peace and blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be on all of us. Assalamu alaikum students. Now today we will learn a very interesting chapter, communication in chemistry, symbols, formulae and equations. So let's get started. Symbol. You are familiar with the use of shortened forms of names of people and names of countries, etc. We refer to United Kingdom as UK and United States of America as USA Kingdom. The same as in chemistry, the symbols are used to represent names of elements. So what is symbol? A symbol is an abbreviated name of an element. Now what is abbreviated? It means shortened name. And what is element? Element is a pure substances which is made up of one kind of atom. Scientists used somewhat complicated symbols for known elements like air, earth, fire, water, spirit. It is very complicated and very difficult. So scientist J.J. Berzelius, who introduced the modern system of naming elements by their symbols, in which they are represented by letters like this. Now hydrogen is represented by the symbols H, and helium is represented by the symbol He. Lithium is represented by the symbol Li. Beryllium is represented by the symbol Be. Boron is represented by the symbol B. And C is the symbol of carbon, N is a symbol of nitrogen, and O is a symbol of oxygen, F is a symbol of fluorine, and E is a symbol of neon. And Na for sodium, Mg for magnesium, Al for aluminum, Si for silicon, P for phosphorus, and sulfur is represented by the symbol S. Chlorine is represented by the symbol Cl, and argon is represented by the symbol Ar, and potassium is represented by the symbol K, and calcium is represented by the symbol Ca. These are the symbols of the elements. Have you got it? Now I will tell you about the Latin names of elements. Ag is a symbol of silver, and the Latin name of silver is argentum. And Cu is a symbol of copper, and the Latin name of copper is cuprum. And Au is a symbol of gold, and aurum is a Latin name of gold, and the Fe is a symbol of element iron, and ferrum is a Latin name of iron. K for potassium, and the Latin name of potassium is kalium, and Na is a symbol of sodium, and natrium is a Latin word of sodium. Have you got it? Now I will tell you about the making symbols for elements. We can use either the first letter or a combination of letters in making symbols of elements. For example, carbon. Carbon can be represented by letter C. And oxygen. Oxygen can be represented by letter O. In some elements, the first letter is same, like nitrogen and neon. So in this case, we add the second letter to the first to avoid confusion. For example, N is a symbol of nitrogen and N is a symbol of neon. So we mention first letter capital and second letter should be small letter. Many elements starting with the same letter at a time, like carbon, calcium and copper. So we use either the first letter or the first two letters of the English language and the Latin language. In case of carbon, calcium and copper, the first letter is same, that is C. So scientists mentioned first letter C for carbon and two letters Ca for calcium, and for copper they used the symbol in Latin language, that is Cu, means cuprum. Have you got it? Now let's talk about the chemical formula. Now what is chemical formula? It shows the actual number of atoms in one molecule of the elements. Now what is atom? What is molecule and what is element? Now I will tell you about the atom. What is atom? Atom is the smallest particle of an element. And what is molecule? When two or more than two atoms are joined together, they form molecule. And what is element? Element is a pure substances which is made up of one kind of atom. So what is chemical formula? It shows the actual number of atoms in one molecule of the element. Now I will explain you with the help of example. This is the water, H2O. It shows the two atoms of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen. It shows the actual number of atoms in one molecule of the element. So when two atoms of hydrogen is react with one atom of oxygen, water is formed. Have you got it? Water molecule show the number of atoms of the elements. Now I will tell you about the molecular formula. What is molecular formula? It shows the actual number of atoms of different elements. It shows the actual number of atoms of different elements present in one molecule of a compound in the form of their symbols. Now what is compound? A compound is a substance formed when two or more chemical elements are chemically bounded together. So what is molecular formula? It shows the actual number of atoms of different elements present in one molecule of a compound in the form of their symbols. For example, calcium chloride, sodium oxide, aluminum chloride, zinc nitrate and calcium bicarbonate. It shows the actual number of atoms of different elements present in one molecule of a compound in the form of their symbols. These are the examples of molecular formula. Now this is enough for today and I will revise it. Now today you learned about a symbol. A symbol is an abbreviated name of an element. An element is represented by a symbol. Now what is chemical formula? Chemical formula shows the actual number of atoms in one molecule of the elements. And what is molecular formula? It shows the actual number of different elements present in one molecule of a compound in the form of their symbols. The last is home task. There are 4 short questions from the book. Question number 1 is define a symbol. Which elements are represented by the following symbols? Na, K, Zn, S, Ca, Mg. Question number 2. Write the symbols of barium, silver, gold, iron, mercury and neon. Question number 3. Write Latin names of the following elements: sodium, potassium, iron, copper, silver and gold. Question number 4. What does a chemical formula represent? Write the molecular formula of calcium chloride, sodium oxide, zinc nitrate, calcium bicarbonate and aluminum chloride. Now there are 4 short questions from the book and you have to answer it in your copy. Now this is enough for today and I will continue the chapter in next class. Okay, take care. Allah Hafiz.